Hello, hello, hello. Back again. Well, I've already started. I forgot to record myself yet again. But I'm doing the rest of the gunnels today. Well, I say today. This morning. I'm hoping it's not going to take me long. I've already started. I've put the board underneath, which is a 6mm hardboard plywood. So I've put that in already. I'm just going to put the rest of the trim on. Alrighty then, a wrap up of today's events. So I think the last part of the video was I got the gunnel finished off. I just had to do inside the cupboards. So you can see, let's turn some light on. There we go. So I've done that one. Finished the boxing up there. Obviously all of this odd colouring we're going to sand down and change. It's a bit multicoloured. The only one I haven't done is this one, because spaghetti junction still remains in the cupboard. I've got a funny feeling that's going to be a working cupboard. It's a sign of things to come, I think. So I've got to do the trim on the top. I've done the gunnel one, and then I just need to put one at the top of the fuse board there, and that should be pretty much all of the boat, apart from that little section there in the bathroom, and I think there's one in the bedroom I need to cover, but that's all in. So Shell's been filling all of the holes, so that's the brown stuff that you can see, and you should be able to hear her tapping away now and stuff. So yeah, that's what Shell's been doing. I'm going to have a look. The other thing I've also done is fitted some of the straight trims. There's another one that needs fitting on the gunnel, but we need to work out the size of the boxing first and the height of where it's going to go before I start cutting that, because otherwise it could be wrong and I'll need to fetch it off again. So there's no point. But strip over that ceiling. What we're going to do then is we'll get a vinyl sticker, I think, like a splash proof or whatever, waterproof one, which will cover just that area where the shower is. There is going to be a fan in the same area, but yeah, we've got that plan in place now. It just worked out right. It squared it off nice, so that's what we're going to go for. And then some more trim up here, and there was a small gap just to the right, so Shell's just filled it. Hopefully it will remain. Don't know how good this wood filler is. It says it does gaps up to 10 mil, so that's what we've done. Also put the cross members in for the ceiling. That's where Shell's just filling the little gaps now.
Hello.
She's got a bit of shoulder ache now, ain't you? Neck ache.
Just a bit.
Everything ache.
Everything ache.
Yeah, it's not fun, is it, working above your head?
Not with a shoulder injury, no.
No, that as well. So all the trim's starting to come together now, isn't it, Shell?
Yeah.
You happy?
Yeah.
It looks a little bit like a boat. Taking a picture of you in your pose. Fab. Right, I think we're done for today, ain't we, Shell? Shut off for a bit. Good morning. So I've done something today that I was really nervous about. I've drilled through the skin into the engine for the diesel feed. Now, I didn't want to film this while I was doing it. I was nervous, man. I was really nervous about it. Working out exactly where to drill. I mean, I could have gone lower level down here, but everything seems higher in the, let me get into the engine bay, everything seems higher really, the heating pipes, the hot water pipes, even the electrical, I can't even get in, even the electrical cable going in, it just all seems pretty high. So I thought I'd go for the high route. Let's get some light on. Oh my life, sorry about all this shaky video lock, but I've drilled through, there it is in all its glory, my skin fitting for my diesel. So what I'm hoping to do now is just get a locking nut on that, get it in place, get it nice and tight, and then after that put some CLS, oh there's a spider there, put some CLS down the metal work and along this sill, and just leave the pipe work long enough for lock gate stoves to manage. I also had an idea about the batteries as well, because the batteries at the minute, there's 3 in there and there's 2 in this seating area up above. Now the risk is, at the moment, the pram cover keeps on playing up and there's a hole at the back of that. So if there's loads of rain that got into that area, it would literally go into the same area as where the batteries are. So I'm thinking about moving the cabling across to this side of the bay and build another box a little bit like that, and just build it off one of the frames here. There's some metal work, some drainage. If I put some wood either side and screw them together without fixing into the steel, that might work. And then I could get a battery compartment here, a second battery compartment, so I've got 5 leisure batteries. I don't know, I'll think about it soon. But yeah, I was getting super nervous. I think I got like some oil leak or something as well in the bay, and I can't work out where it's from. I'm gonna have to get a mechanic out to look at it, but it just seems to be, well, I can't see it. I've run the engine and I can't see it, so I don't know whether when it's cooling down it's dropping underneath. I haven't got a clue. But for now, I was absolutely petrified of getting this skin fitting in. It's in, so I'm going to start getting the 8mm diesel pipeline in for lock gate stoves. I've also got to put a supply in as well. But anyway, that's my job for today. We'll see how we get on, eh? So today, I'm going to try and clean out my engine bay. There's like some oil or something at the bottom that's collected in that little well, and I can't see anything leaking from the engine itself when it's running. So I don't know whether it's some existing oil and some water's getting in there, and just, you know, as the water's in, it spreads across the engine bay, or there is an actual leak. So I'm going to try and clean it out if I can. See how we get on from there. The only one problem with this engine bay is it is tight to get in there. Like, super tight. Not just for me anyway. Big lad. So, slipped. I'm going to see how I get on. It's hard to film it really, but I suppose that helps if I can bend in that way. Yeah, it's tight, man. It's tight. There we go, I'm in. I've survived the ordeal. Let's turn the camera around. There we go, I've cleaned it out. Looks a little bit rusty. I'll probably do with repainting it at some point, but I got most of the gunk out, believe it or not. So I'm going to fire up the engine, see what's what. Just one more thing I've done before I call it a day. I'll finish the caulking. That's all good. Bedroom's all caulked. Take a picture of that. Send it to Shell. I think I'm going to use these bits of cork for the toilet. Now, I know they won't be going the right way around, but it's just a waste. I don't want to throw that away, to be honest. And yeah, just be ashamed to throw it away. So let's see how we get on. Right then. Today is sanding everything down day. Oh, it's cold. I've got my heater running. It's going to be blaring some heat through into the bedroom very soon. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to get dusty. Oh, crap. Making the bed for the first time. All right. Now my battery's gone. Gonna get for a few batteries by the look of it. Alrighty then. Everything's sanded down. Feels good. All done with a 120 grit. Ready for the paint. Just fine tuned as well some of that with the what do you call it? I could do with doing that bit really. With the mouse sander. Well, looking pretty good, but it's just absolutely covered in dust now. So I'm going to set that blanket outside, hoover up. Okay, so the moment of truth to test the pump, see if that's working. I'm sure the left hand is the fan, right hand is the shower. Yep. Alright, so I've got some water I just want to test the fall of the shower, see if it's any good. To me, I'm going to say no, because it's not all going. It needs to come up a bit, really. It's going slightly. Seems to be pumping outside. Alright, I think. It says. Let's pour some more in. In fact, we'll have a look at the hatch. I mean, they can run dry, can't they? Those heaters, those pumps. So it's not like it's going to do any damage. Oh no, it is. It's throwing some out. I love how it just spits it out with it. I definitely need to tilt it a little bit more. See, with me standing on the side of the boat by the hatch then, that tilted the boat and the water went the right way. But it's going. I love the sound it makes, shooting all water up next door's boat. It's the good thing about having that reinforced pipe, you can see everything. No, it's got rid of it all, apart from a little bit there. It's got rid of it all. Well, it's not leaking, the pump. I think that's alright. We've just got to tilt the shower then a bit more. So there's little grub screws underneath the shower, but they're not gonna work that well. I think what I'm gonna do is go down the route of using the tile adhesive and just running some blobs on it and then sorting out my level that way, and then silicone round the rest of it. I think that's the route I'm going to go down. But it seems to have yeah, sucked most of it up. There's some bits of water left, but I can get that up with some tissue now. Get the shower out and then yeah, start getting it installed. Cool. Ta-ra for a bit. So as we can see, it has leaked underneath a bit. Yeah, so I gotta try and remedy that. So my option really is to put some sealant around here to hold it in. I asked people about that before and they said no, that they don't, but I don't know of any other real way to do that other than to seal it. I can't get the fitting any tighter. I don't want water everywhere, so I'm gonna have to do something. Like I said, it's not much, but it's enough, and over time it could cause damage. So I'm gonna get this tissue to get all up. I'm gonna use some sealant to put all the way around here to box up the water, so to speak, because if there is a problem I'll be able to see it leaking then that end. But I'm hoping that if I put a whole bunch of CT1 around the edges and seal it all off, that will encase this area, and then if I put some silicone on the shower seal, fingers crossed, that should sort everything out for me, he says. Okay, so that's all that sealed up with some Sikaflex. It's good stuff. to be fair. It glues really quick. It's really effective. I'm hoping that that will seal that, make a little chamber, so to speak. Now, yeah, fingers crossed. It'll do a good job. I've just seen a bit that potentially could have a little hole in it. I doubt it, but that should do it. Yeah, cool. So let's see how that goes after it's dried off.